Okay, we're on the air. We're about to interview Scapegoat Hawkins Lee, blues legend for over 50 years, and he's going to talk about a little bit about his life as we speak to him here in his trailer.
Yeah.
And how you doing, Scapegoat?
I'm doing good. I feel good today. Got my medicine. Got my medicine. I'm feeling good. Yeah.
What kind of medicine you're taking?
We're not gonna talk. It's pretty free these days. You could kind of speak your mind on the air. Kind of like that. In the old days, you had to say, I'm straight. But now you can just say, I'm loaded out of my mind. You know what I'm saying? And so, Thunderbird, that's my brand. Thunderbird, I love it. It's in my veins. So, yeah.
Wow, that's nice. Well, getting back to the music, what is your earliest memories of getting into blues music? Who turned you on to, your stylings?
Well, we got to go clean back to when I was born, because that's when things started for me. I used to run around the house real loud, and my mama said, I'm going to beat you black and blue if you don't settle down, boy. And I said, Mom, I can't settle down. And so she says, so she doesn't settle me down with my daddy's strap. And so that's where the blues come from for me, because I was feeling mighty blue after I got the stripes. You know what I mean? But I was always kind of an energetic boy. Was pretty excited about things, you know.
Did you always play guitar, or did somebody teach you, or how did you get to learn how to play?
Well, before I had a guitar, I used to play a rake outside. We used to pick up a rake, and there was an old Negro performer. One of us come down, and he would play for the white people, and he make some money. So we'd always listen. I said, wait a minute. So this brother's been playing, and he was blue. I mean, he was blue. I mean, he sounded like the world beat him with a strap every day of his life. This was really tough. And but the nice thing about what I seen was people was throwing him money, and for a man playing the blues, he seemed pretty happy to getting the money. So I thought, well, that's for me. So I traded in my daddy's rake, and I got myself a little guitar out of a junk shop. Actually, they was throwing it away, and but I got it. And I played it, and I love that thing like a woman. I mean, I love that thing like a woman. Every curve and crevice, I love that thing. I made that thing make noises at night that it was just scared of children. But I love that thing. And some damn fool stole it from me in 1972.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
How did you go from the birth name of Savoy Maple, Washington, to Scapegoat Hawkins Lee?
Well, it's a long story, but I'm gonna tell you it anyways. My daddy called me Savoy for some reason or another, and my other daddy called me you bastard, but I tried to ignore him. Actually, I had one point I had two dads, and then one became an uncle, and I didn't understand that, but I always liked the taste of maple. And I liked it, we didn't afford we couldn't afford no waffles, so we'd have pancakes we'd put right on the griddle, and we had them griddle cakes, and when my mom was looking, we drink maple syrup right out of the bottle, man. We didn't play with that. I've been drinking out of a bottle ever since, man. I gotta tell you. It was all good, man. It was all good. But, yeah, it was sweet, and I loved it. Now, I said, man, I want everything to come out of my mouth to be sweet and smooth, like maple. So that's what it was. But so I kind of adopted that for myself. And later on, as I got older, I kind of felt like I think it kind of comes with being me. I kind of felt like the scapegoat for the world. I mean, everything was heavy was coming down on me personally. So I thought, well, I guess everywhere I go, I mean, if a house burned down, they come looking for me. If somebody was pregnant, they come looking for me. If some 12-year-old girl was running away from me across the state lines, well, it had to be me, and well, it was. But I always felt bad being somebody else's scapegoat all the time. But I took the name for myself because I figured I might as well be out front with it. You know what I'm saying? And Lee, I'm from the Deep South, so Lee is kind of a homage to my people.
That's great.
The Lees.
The Lees.
Yeah.
From that area.
Yeah, from the area of the Deep South.
Now,
I love it.
Is there any truth to the rumor before you recorded your your 78 back in the early 1900s that you actually did an Edison roll recording back when you were like 4 or 5 years old?
Well, you know, I kept running into these big fat white guys. They'd always come down there and they have like a big piece of their hair missing out of the middle of the top of the head, and they come out there and they'd say, come here, I'll give you $3 if you play what you just played into this machine. I look at the machine, I said, wow, I don't understand this machine. What part of the machine you want me to talk to? They said, no, just play right in here. And they'd show me where to play, and I'd sing. And, you know, they give me a couple dollars, they take off. Now, sometimes, you know, I'm looking, I'm thinking, well, what's this waxy thing? I don't know. But, you know, weird thing was every single time that one of these guys would record me, they'd end up dead or something worse. I mean, they'd disappear and then they'd find them later. But nobody, I never could figure, I always did all these recordings, you know, since I was little, and they just all disappeared. I ain't never had a vinyl album of my own. It has eluded me all my life.
I guess there's a collector that has one of your 78s that has a hole. It's not in the center though, so you can't play it.
Oh, you know, when the recording industry was little or young, as they say, they would, you know, put the hole in the center of the album because that was popular with the phonograph thing. And what happened was this jackass put it right in the middle of the right-hand side, right in the middle of the grooves. I'm looking at this. I finally get something, you know, like supposed to be official. They says they's gonna get me on like a little tour. And what happened was they showed me the album, and I did a drawing for it too. It's beautiful. I'll show it to you in a little bit. But I still have it after all these years too. You know, I even signed it with my real name. You know, but I had to go out in the back with these things. I was so embarrassed because nobody can buy these damn things. So I set them on fire with some kerosene. I had to sit there, damn near got asphyxiated. The police came out, and of course I was the scapegoat because I did it. And I did. It was me. I just didn't want to be embarrassed, so I came close. So, but I must. It was a real letdown.
Can you talk about some of the juke joints that used to play around Deep South?
Oh yeah. Me and the Hamtones, we went down. We called it the Hamtones because one guy pulled a hamstring, and we had to make something quick because he was singing all funny, you know. But we weren't going to lose a gig. We played a lot of gigs. We played a place called Rupert's House of Meat, and Rupert's was married to like a little Chinese woman, like a chink. I think you white people call them a chink. So you do?
No,
you still do? You don't do that?
Old term.
The old term, we call new term now. What's this?
Asian.
An Asian
American.
and Asian American. Okay, so this Asian American woman, she'd be about 4'8" or maybe 5'6". I don't know, but she was in there somewhere. But she was little, and she had a tattoo.
Yes.
And she was a bad cook. I don't know how we stayed in business, but I think it was people come out to here. I can't even say it.
Can't tell me that.
I can't tell you. It just ain't even illegal.
Can you tell me about some of the experiences you had backing up the winettes? Backing up the
that's when we was just the scapegoats. We had the scapegoat blues, and it seemed like I must have excited a couple of the winette girls because they was both coming to see me later on. You know what I'm saying? And they was crying when I left. I just tell you that, man, as I love them upright. But you know, we played the circuit with almost everybody. Chet Akins. We played a little honky tonk spot with him once, and I think they had to wheel him out to his car. I think they let him sleep in the back seat. Just put $10 to $15 in his pockets and they let us sleep off. But we went everywhere. We played amusement parks. We played a lot of house gigs. We played little house bars in the basement because, you know, but we was loud. It didn't matter where you put us. We was loud. We was screaming. We had a lot to celebrate, you know. And you know, it was weird because no matter where we played, whether it was Rupert's or it was Dirty Dick's or it was Smoky Bones or it was we had a place called Slurping and a Sipping. I don't know what it was about, but the place burned to the ground next day, and they said it was us. They said it was us. But it was a good time. We had a good time. We played everywhere. We never made a lot of money, but everywhere we played, we always had somebody who was like, "Hey, can I record you? Can I record this moment?" And we thought, "Damn, I hope this fool don't mess us up." You know, and then we'd hear maybe a week later, we'd get a telegram saying that the guy killed himself and burned everything up, including our stuff. And or he drowned, or there was a flood, or a big log fell on his head, or
just been a disaster one after another, huh?
Yeah, it's like a lightning rod. It was like destruction always come to my recordings. I never could get nothing out like that. I played almost every night, though. I don't believe it, you know.
Tell us about the